Today I'm going to show you a live trading session I did a few days ago. It's definitely a good watch, and without further ado, let's get down to business. Alright, so we're currently on USD CAD currency pair. We have $2,200 in profit. This massive move towards the downside and a break of trend line was because of Bank of Canada interest rate decision. The consensus was 0.25. Actual came in 0.25, which means there was no change, and this influenced the market direction to go down, which means Canadian dollar is gaining strength and US dollar is losing strength. That's why we are seeing this nice downwards pattern developing and continuing on. Now, looking at this 4-hourly structure, we can see that more than likely it's going to continue to go down with a push exhaustion push scenario. So what we're going to do now is just check everything on different time frames, see what's going on. So monthly time frame, as you can see, 25 and 50 moving averages are above the candlesticks, which shows bearish pressure. It's also developing a bearish engulfing candle, which is great. More than likely it's going to retest this zone or the 200 moving average, which is what we like to see. While we are reverse engineering everything, we need to not forget that we have a weekly time frame, but the weekly has crossed the 25-50 moving averages. Also, a bearish engulfing candle is developing as well, which is great news for us. More than likely it's going to be short. Same thing for the daily time frame, self-explanatory. All the moving averages are above, candlesticks are below, trending towards the downside. Now we want to move on to the 5-minute time frame since we intend to scalp a few trades. You can see the trend line crossover here on the 5-minute time frame, which is nice. It just indicates more bearish pressure and momentum. We can just mark a nice trend line. This trend line was broken. Again, bearish engulfing candle, a bounce of 25 and 50 moving averages. It's also crossed the 4-hourly trend towards the upside, and the 200 moving averages over here. More than likely it's going to continue to move down. It's developing a new bearish engulfing candle. Yet another one is just broken this previous area of support. More than likely, maybe it's going to have a little pullback, but more than likely it's going to retest this area zone. So I'm very confident in this trade. That's why I'm keeping USD CAD already with the 3 lot size trade. Definitely open, but we will place another trade and I'll do 6 lot size trade. We will close it very soon. There we go. We just placed the trade. So we entered over here short position, so we will see what the market does, but I do believe that it will retest this area zone, so around 16 pips profit. That would be great, and stop loss are gonna just make it big, you know, because I don't believe the market will just turn around, and even if it pulls back, the maximum more than likely will pull back is towards the moving averages or this area level. If it does turn around and, you know, cross this area zone, then I definitely want to close the trade off, because maybe the market direction is changing. But as I said, the market sentiment is definitely bearish, so we want to be selling rather than buying. So usually I like to scalp the 5-minute time frame. This is the lowest time frame I go for. However, sometimes I like to change it up a bit and have a look at the 1-minute time frame. And the 1-minute time frame is definitely good because you can see real-time action developing. So what I mean by that is, let's just use our rectangle tool and let's say mark our previous area of support. Now we can clearly see that this area zone was a struggling area zone. Every time it touched, it went towards the upside, right? 3 times this has happened, 1, 2, and 3. It went towards the upside, followed this, you know, nice bullish pattern, and then crossed over here. What happens after a push? Exhaustion, previous area sensitivity over here, and going towards the downside. That's what usually happens. Push, exhaustion, push scenario. So this is the push, this is the exhaustion, this is the continuational push towards the downside. Now, since it has broken the previous area of support, what do you think is going to happen? More than likely it's going to be a push exhaustion scenario, right? The exhaustion could be to the previous area sensitivity or this area zone. So if it does manage to break it exhaustion over here, and then continuation push towards the downside towards these previous lower levels. And as we can see in real-time action, it's actually dropping down nicely. So let's just have a look at our trade real quick, and we are already $141 in profit. We literally just placed this trade, and as I said, I'm very confident in this trade, so I don't believe it's gonna actually shoot up for any reason, because everything is trending towards the downside at the moment, even on the 5-minute and 1-minute time frames, while also news for Canadian dollar was positive. Looking a little bit higher time frames to just give you more sense where the next pit stop will be, let's say. So the next pit stop more than likely is going to be this area zone. Look at this. This is the next support zone, heavily guarded by the buyers over here. Every time it touched this area zone, it went towards the upside. So as you can see, 1, 2, 3 wick touches, more than likely this is a strong buy-in area for, you know, robots for some people, or just legitimate traders that are trading and waiting to go in and cash in for a long trade on USD CAD. I've also recently started using Baby Pip's currency strength meter. It's pretty damn good. I'll probably leave a link down in the description below if you want to use it. Basically, it just shows the strength of the currency pairs, real time or last close, which is super important. So 15-minute close, as you can see on CAD, was positive. Strongest pair out of all of them at the moment, so that's pretty damn good for me at least. So if you want to use it, link down in the description below. It's free. It's pretty good tool. So the chart's currently pulling back a little bit, as you can see over here. Nice pullback, probably towards this area zone before it continues to move down. So if I do get a maybe 1-minute to 5-minute bearish engulfing candle, that could be a great trade towards the downside. I did get one over here, but I'm not that confident in it, so I might just wait for a better one, since I already have 2 trades opened for USD CAD. Alright, so I've been trading for a few minutes now. As you can see, push, exhaustion, push scenario developing over here, probably a new area of support. But on the 5-minute time frame, we have, or we attempting to get a bearish engulfing candle, currently pulled back. But if that bearish engulfing candle developed, I would have definitely, there we go, entered the trade short. And as you can see, very nicely it's developing. So 40 seconds left until candlestick closes. Okay, so 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, we get a nice trade. So we're gonna open a lower size, 3.5. Boom. Okay, we're gonna place this trade short. No take profits or stop loss. Obviously this one does have it because I swing traded this one due to the news, but we will see. I believe it's gonna go down quite sharply actually. I'm not too worried about the 1-minute area of support over here. You know, it's 1 minute. The lower the time frame, the weaker the area of support and resistance. I'll always remember that. But as you can see, push, exhaustion, push scenario more than likely is heading towards the downside to retest this zone. And this is what we are seeing. So that's awesome. As you can see, if we get a new low, if this candlestick now closes lower than this one, this is a great indicator to go short yet again. Look at this. Okay, so is it going to close lower? 1 second left, a little bit lower. That's good. It's going to drop down. It's going to drop down even more. I would be surprised if it pulls back now, because this is the new area of support. But it could, if it pulls back, it's probably the moving averages once again, push exhaustion. But since it made a new lower low over here, it really is just going to drop down more than likely. That's what I'm seeing, at least 5 minutes. Not much to see. As you can see, it's just dropping down. Let's have a look at our MetaTrader. Already 000, so the spread difference was covered. $214 this trade, nearly $2,500 over here, pulling back now a little bit, but let's see how this trade develops. I do believe it's going to retest this area zone over here, so I'm not too worried. If the market did close off over here on the same level, let's say this price level is 1.23221, and these candlestick closed on the same level, this could suck actually, because it would have been a double bottom. And when it's a double bottom, it usually means it's gonna pull back yet again. It's gonna play around, maybe a consolidation, and then drop down. I do believe it's going to drop down because it's literally trending towards the downside on all the time frames: monthly, weekly, daily, 4-hourly, 1 hour, 5 minutes, and 1 minute time frame. What else can you ask for, right? The power that CAD has at the moment over US dollar is incredible, and more than likely it's going to continue to drop down. All right, so it pulled back a little bit once again. It's giving me a bearish engulfing candle. I'm going to place yet another trade a little bit lower once again for a sell trade. This is because it's giving me a bearish engulfing candle of 25 and 50 moving averages, plus the 5-minute time frame has developed a bearish engulfing candle. As you can see, nice area of resistance, nice area of support. I believe a little consolidation will happen, but it will definitely retest this area zone. Hopefully you guys will see if it moves on a little bit quicker. I'm trading a little bit late, so the volatility is dropping off, so it's not that volatile anymore, but I do believe it will, touch at least these levels. If it's going to be slow, I might sell it off earlier on. We will see, but I do believe it's just going to drop down. So I already have 4 trades open, the same trades: USD CAD, one of them obviously the swing trade, and 3 scalping trades. Currently one of them $131, minus 59, minus 18. So in total, $2,383. Not much at the moment. We can make it better. All right, so after a few pullbacks here and there, information dropping down nicely. A new lower low again. A nice bearish candlestick over here. Very good, making a new lower low. 10 seconds left until this candlestick closes. Let's have a look at our trades. So very nice indeed. All are currently in profit. I'm gonna close them all off. And as you can see, after we closed off the trades, the market just crashed towards the downside. Very likely gonna retest this area of support. So if you do enjoy Forex live trading, make sure to watch this video because it's really, really good.